Got bars, son.
So they
What we
call you
talking
the
about, man? Nigerian bars.
they call me the Ewure.
What are we talking about? I'm coming
Everything
through.
I've done,
Represent. Nah,
I've
psych.
mastered it.
Cut.
I was just about to say, no New England, huh?
No, Toby life. Shouts out to Toby, though. Killing it right now.
Tape recorded music.
3, 2, and 1. Coming right back at you. It's your boy Ikem Kamikaze. Back with the inDmix podcast. Special guest today, tonight. Influencer extraordinaire.
It's a drum roll going
Debonair
on right
Mitch,
now. It's a drum roll going on
Tay
right now. You know what I'm talking
Mitch.
about? Yes,
Live
sir.
and direct. I appreciate you coming, son.
Always.
You know what it is.
man.
It's been a long time coming, actually. We're
Right.
talking about this for a little bit.
Yeah, man.
But
I mean, it's just
knock
finally
your
that
drinks
time,
off.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the drinks are
Yeah.
there. I feel good. You know, I've been wanting to sit down with you.
yeah,
man.
no, exactly.
You know?
We talked about this.
I
Listen.
think I may be more excited than you.
Oh no,
know?
I'm definitely
I
more
think
excited.
I'm more excited than you.
Nah, as you should be. You're one of the major influencers in the city. You do a lot. You cover so much.
Yeah.
So it was necessary to have this dialogue and conversation to talk about. What I'm trying to get out from you is just your origins, your
Yeah.
philosophies, how you think. You know, the things that make you be as creative as you are, because you definitely are. Before I even go in, we're at Palmer Pizza Kitchen, right here in the Richmond Strip. Shouts out Louise and Mario, exquisite establishment, the new hot pizza spot right here. This podcast been sponsored by Grey Goose. Shouts out to Grey Goose, and we get that out the way. So to Mr. Mitch,
Hi.
how you doing, brother? Where you from? Tell the
Man,
people where you
blessed.
from.
Man, a lot of people think I'm actually from Houston.
I don't think you are.
But yeah, right. But I'm originally from a small town, Pittsburgh, Texas, to be exact.
Wow, not Pittsburgh,
Pittsburgh, Texas. Man.
Texas. Son.
It's one of those towns like, you know, you literally get drive by my hometown, drive through my hometown within like 6 minutes.
Wow,
No,
the whole
let me
joint.
paint the picture, right? So, there's no Walmart. You know what I'm saying? There's our
That's all
biggest-
I need to know right there.
Our biggest chain is we got a McDonald's, right? We got a McDonald's, and then there's like Pittsburgh Elementary, Pittsburgh Primary, Pittsburgh Middle School, High School. There's one school district. You
That's
know?
it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
What
it.
brings you? How do you get to Houston?
Um,
Have you been other places? Do you raise other places? Then you
Yep.
come here.
Yeah, man. So I was raised by a hustler. My mom, single parent, and so we bounced around. You know, I made 2 major moves as a kid. You know, my freshman year of high school, I moved to Dallas.
Okay.
And then going into my junior year of high school, I moved to Houston.
Okay,
So-
gotcha. Nightlife. I'm gonna go right into
Straight
it.
to it.
Straight to it.
Let's get it.
What's your first venture? How does that come about?
Great question. Man, it's so crazy how it came about, right? So, even to go back and grab what I just said. When I moved here, I went to North Shore, so I graduated with Kirko. Me and
Okay.
Kirko was best friends. We were like thick and thieves, man. Like we, like the music industry came very easily to us. You know, Kirk
Gotcha.
was really like a freestyle king coming out of high school.
Okay.
And so from there, you know, we went off to college, and I always had a knack for music, you know. And so for me, after college, you know, which I always say, you know, I'm the graduate who didn't graduate because I got all the knowledge that I needed while I was
Neither
there.
while you're there.
And so coming back here, I was like,
Where
yo,
did you go?
I went to Lamar.
Okay,
Lamar
okay.
and Beaumont.
Okay.
It's one of those things I always say, it's like it's the worst decision I ever made in my life.
No
But
such
the
thing.
reason being, though, is just like, yo, Beaumont, it was literally on the. This is when I left Beaumont. I left Beaumont when I saw the census report that said Beaumont was ranked #1 saddest city in America.
Wow.
And that's when I was like, yo, I don't even
I
know
gotta
how, I don't
get
even know how
outta
you
here.
get this census,
I know.
but this is the last year I'm here.
I'm gonna be here.
And that's when
Like,
you
let
know,
me get out of here.
I got out of there, bro. I thought I had enough money saved. You know, I saved up some money, and I moved here. And when I moved here, I realized, like you said, I didn't have enough
Enough
money
money.
saved. Bruh,
Reality
you know what
check.
I'm saying? Like I'm
That's everybody's story.
23, 24, and I'm like, yo, this ain't it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
What moves am I gonna have to make?
this ain't it. And so upon me being here, what really brought me here as well was I had started managing an R&B artist. You know, at
Can
the
you
time,
disclose who?
Prince Cannon. Yeah.
Okay,
absolutely.
okay.
Super dope, 5-time Apollo winner. And man, we were just doing a lot of dope shit. And so coming here is like, we moved to a culture where we're like, yo, all we gotta do is just do what we did and do what we did there. For me, I was like, yo, the formula I had with Kirko, I'm just gonna run it with you, and then we just gonna take off. But yeah, bro, we was either paying for shows, selling tickets for shows or shit, just flat out like just doing shit that didn't make sense. And you're opening up for opening acts who really don't. People not trying to see who the opening
act is. They're not there for that. They boo them sometimes. It's just,
bro,
it's
like
it's
Houston
heartbreaking.
Houston is the toughest city
It's hard.
in America.
You got to go blow
Truthfully.
somewhere else, and we'll enjoy you when you blow up. Don't come in trying to break us in.
Or it's
so
just
crazy.
like we just know what we like. We know what we want. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm coming to see, like, for example, if I'm coming to see J. Cole, I'm not trying to see the opening act.
I'm not.
I'm here for Cole and Cole only. You know? So
I do this thing where I time it.
Yeah.
Where it's like, all right, 10:30. All right, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to even
It's
be
nothing
bored
else
with
to
that. Right. Guilty as charged.
And so where I saw at the time, I saw a void. Because I love live music. I've always loved live music. I had an R&B singer, so I wanted to create, my own arena. I wanted to create, and I've always been a creator by heart, And so it literally was a night. I never forget. I was sitting with Jaren Smalls from Reading with a Rapper and Doug Johnson, their business partners.
Okay.
And man, came with this whole concept of what is now or what was the Debonair Lounge.
Debonair Lounge. I remember that, dude.
And it was just.
Let me tell you why that was a hit. I'm in the mix. I think I know everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even have this flyer on the website.
Right.
And everybody's like, Mondays was known to not be even popping, nothing
just
like that.
Monday.
I didn't even know you did it.
Right.
Crazy story. So I'm like, I just find out, like, where's this spot? I had to ride up to find it.
Yeah.
I'd never been to Cafe.
Cafe 4212. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I walk in on a Monday. I had to park way back there and walk up.
Yeah, we had a cool.
You know what I mean?
It was a cool run.
And I think the guy at the door recognized I was in the mix, but it was still like, I'm like, but this is so dope. Came back multiple times. Anyway, I want to give you props on that. There's a summary.
Yeah,
but
man.
To come up with that, I don't even think there's really anything like that's been replicated.
I don't think so. I think
to that degree.
I know for me at the time, what I had saw that was the closest thing was I think Sugar Hill?
Sugar Hill, yeah.
Which is
and
now
Stephen Rock, Live Oak.
And so I had actually went to that, and the only thing though was just like there was no one. I didn't have any peers there. You know what I'm saying? Older crowd.
It was older.
You know what I'm saying?
They did
mature.
live music, but those were people like from the Sky Bar and the Horn. So what was cool about this is it's youngins.
It was young.
It's younger generation, 20s, but artsy, like really talented artsy people.
And I've always had it. My whole thing was always like, yo, let's dress up. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's put on some good threads.
It felt like a Saturday.
It felt like
Soho, London type vibe, but it was a Monday.
It was the Renaissance era all over again.
Right. Dude, I'm telling you, people dress. I felt underdressed. It was Monday. I'm thinking I could just chill, but cats is in suit. And then it was the bounce back between the live music and the DJ vibes.
And then you had Brad Gilmore, man. My co-host.
Shouts out to Brad.
Oh, man. Brad was probably still is the greatest host, of all time, especially for Houston. He's like Ryan Seacrest, but also knows every Jay-Z and Pimp C lyric word for word.
Dude, I'm like, who's this white kid?
Yeah.
Comfortable.
Killing
it.
Every week.
Work the crowd.
Yeah.
So I thought
with the
he
booth
was
fun and shit.
Yeah,
I gotta make sure I shout out
he was the
booth
promoter of the joint.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how I found out. I'm thinking I'm not just gonna go to the spot. I want to know who's doing it. Anyway, so I'm giving you props on that. You do that first, right?
Yeah. So we did that, man, and man, from there, just kind of like you say, that's where my brand kind of started building.
Gotcha.
Like it was more so word of mouth versus like me just like making this whole announcement type thing. Even the night, I never forget, even the night like Dave Anderson came through, you know what I'm saying? It was like a thing like, oh shit, Dave's in here. And like I said, Dave's always been like, I don't even want to call him the OG. He's just well respected, you know what I'm saying?
He's well respected. He's well versed, well respected.
Yeah.
His knowledge on the whole industry.
Yeah.
Look, he was the first to do bar percentage.
Yeah.
What we're doing now,
it was
David coined that, created
and that's what I'm
that.
saying, and he's still doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like he's still. That's why like to call him the OG is like, don't call me the OG because I'm still creating shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not done yet. Like
I'm an OG.
You know what I'm
saying? I'm an OG. I take it gladly.
Right.
But that creative concept of Dave, and he's constantly
bro,
breaking
he's steady doing
boundaries,
it.
doing first,
Yep.
which I see you doing. Um, does that come to an end? Debonair Lounge, you go off and do something else. What ends that actually?
Yeah, so like I said, we're doing this on a Monday, right?
Right.
And at the time, man, like I say, this was more so like a passion project. It wasn't a profit project.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
got
saying?
you.
Like whenever I get ready to do something, I put it in either two categories, either it's passion or profit.
Profit, right.
And so this one was passion. But what I kept hearing was like, yo, you doing this on a Monday. Like you pulling 300-400 people on a Monday, yo, you can do this on the weekend and start like
Kill.
cashing.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? So man, I had a mutual friend that ended up linking me with a guy named John Carter.
JC.
Yeah, so we have a sit down. He's like, bro, I got this idea, man. I think it'd be dope. You know, get ready to like, you know, I want to do this Friday night. I want to call it Privé. And I'm like, oh shit, that shit sound, you know what I'm saying, cool.
Right.
As long as you let me like, you know, not so much run the marketing, but like put out how it needs to look,
Right.
and then make sure that they dress up.
Right.
He's like, all right, bet,
That's
cool.
the
That's like, it
one
makes
thing
sense. That was
about-
always my thing.
I have a little insight.
Right.
Because I've gotten to work with Tay.
Right.
He wants creative control.
I just wanted
As respectfully as he can say it.
that's
But
it,
it's
man.
like, it's
Just a
gotta
little boy,
look
just
right.
respectfully.
Sometimes it may rub people off the wrong way, but you gotta trust it because
Yeah.
he's delivered. Gotcha.
just let me start it.
Right,
You know
right,
what I'm saying?
right.
Let me
And-
just
and we can
put a
go from
template on
there.
it, and
Right.
then we can go from there.
Right.
We give it to DH from there.
Right.
And then we just run the flyers.
Right, just
XYZ.
run the flies and take it from there.
But yeah, man. So
Privé was at Story Lounge initially, right?
Yep. No, initially. Oh man, we could do this. It was initially at what was the spot off Robin Hood? Nice club.
Gosh,
Nice club.
Robin Hood of Kirby.
Yep. What was that club
Gosh.
called? Kirk had it. Kirk had. The
Kurt had
Saturdays.
it as on the tip of. I can't.
What was it? Nah.
No, not Bamboo. It's
Oh,
Robin Hood,
man.
the white.
It was
club
all white. It
upstairs,
had the patio.
downstairs.
It had the sexy patio.
Yeah. It just escaped me. Yeah, courtyard in
yeah.
the middle outside.
Sexy spot, but that's
Right.
where it started. We had
Okay.
2 weeks there. Had 2 weeks there.
Owner
and
was
then-
tripping probably.
Nah, man, we get a phone call from the owner. Matter of fact, like, hey, man, I'm gonna have to let you guys go. We're like, yo, what? We're killing it. You know what I'm saying? This first 2 weeks, remind you,
Right.
like,
Money, crazy.
crazy, like the opening. He's like, well, you know, our Saturday promoters, you know, have a clause in their contract where there's no back-to-back urban nights. Remind you, we like young, we like
Who's doing
24.
Saturday?
Kurt. You know what I'm saying? And so at the time, I'm like,
So your night is
Nigga,
pretty
bro.
much killing. On Fridays, you're killing Kurt's Saturday
yo,
night.
niggas ain't looking at no clause. It's like something real.
Nobody
We like, yo,
does
a
that.
clause.
Kurt is a lawyer.
Right.
Kurt
And
is
so
a
the
lawyer.
first thing is like, yo, who hating? You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's
who
hating. It's hating, but
And
he's
so-
smart enough to put a clause in.
Right. And so bro ended up like, yo, sending the Instagram of who Kurt was. And so us as young, like, you know, we're young, like, all right, let's call whoever this nigga is and get on the phone.
Right.
So we ended up getting on the phone with Kurt. And yo, if you know Kurt, at the time, I ain't your front. At the time, and I've told Kirk multiple times, like,
Right.
yo, nigga, I didn't like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't like you. It
Kurt,
just was
do
like,
you see the recurring theme? I love you to death.
Nah,
but do
but
you
it's-
see the recurring theme? I love you, Kurt.
but
Can't make this up.
But to be completely honest, though, with what I know now, with the knowledge, yo,
It
Kirk
makes
was
sense.
handling business.
It
you know
makes
what I'm
sense.
saying? He
It makes
handled the
sense.
business,
Right.
and he handled it as a businessman.
Man, right.
And so, yo, our stay
Can
was
I interject,
short-lived.
though? Can I interject?
Yeah.
It's just promoter courtesy.
Mm-hmm.
This is a real conversation I want to have. Dude, if you're doing a night, somebody comes and kills you,
Yeah.
or is killing it,
Yeah.
I think you just ride. You just figure out.
Yeah.
Listen, you got to protect them. Me and Quay just talked about
Yeah.
this. Quay said, I get treacherous. So
Yeah.
I get it.
But
Kurt
you-
just created a clause where I don't even have to do nothing. I got to.
But at the time, the way I look at it, at the time, for what we were doing, Kirk was doing it for the mature
so it
crowd.
was two different audiences.
However, all right. So how we got around the owner was that, yo, we were pitching that, yo, we're doing this for a diverse crowd, which we were.
Got
you know
you.
what I'm saying? So the owner didn't look at it as a back-to-back urban
night.
You know what I'm saying? He looked
But
at it as like,
ended-
oh, this is gonna
it's
be
a
diverse,
mixed crowd.
young
Got
millennials.
you.
But hell, when you see the promoters, it then, like I say, it caught so quick.
And then it
once
just
Kirk
became
realized,
hot.
like, yo, this shit on my night. You know, like this shit on like night before mine.
Right.
So yeah, we were short-lived. So,
I hear
yeah.
you. I'm different. I think you just run the night. Friendly competition is good.
Yeah.
And if I lose that battle, I lose that battle. That's just my philosophy.
But you
I'm
look
not
at-
calling contracts. I'm not calling owners.
Yeah.
I take my L's and I find out a way to be creative.
But
again.
you look at the run Kirk has now.
it
it's
doesn't
respected.
happen. Right.
You
No,
know what I'm
I get
saying?
it.
Like
I get it.
I respect it. You
Right.
know, and he has a system. He has a
Right.
like it's a real
Tay,
formula.
would you call your owner at the spot that you're doing to tell him not to do the night before? Would Tay do it?
Would Tay do it? With what I know now, if I set up my business like that,
Right.
yeah, we got.
Okay, cool.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
respect it.
And truthfully, it's so different now. Like the industry's totally different.
Right.
Like you got spots like where we're at right now. You know what I'm saying? Like pretty much, I can name 4 or 5 spots. Hell, all the nights are urban.
Right.
All the
They're
nights
all
are
urban. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the game has changed. Like
Right.
everything is like evolved into different. You know, just different.
Right.
But
I
shit,
respect it. You would
if I
call.
think about it now,
You would call. I wouldn't.
I
I'm
think
just
about
saying.
it now though. I don't think Kirk do back-to-back urbans though.
No, he does
I
not.
don't. I don't think he do no back-to-back urbans anywhere he at.
It was being open. It was an issue with Velvet Room. I don't
Yeah.
want to get into that,
Yeah.
but we'll leave that alone. Anyway, let's press on.
Yeah, man.
So you do 2 weeks there.
Yeah, so we do
complain,
2 weeks
We gotta
there.
move it.
And we moved to Story, Ultra Lounge,
Right.
Mercer. I mean, it had a lot of different names.
Yeah,
But,
Mercer was dead.
Yeah.
Well, I remember Privy's because that's what I knew it as. I'm like, did they just revitalize Mercer Lounge?
Bro, we
did Story on Saturdays,
Right.
Because y'all got that popping on Fridays.
Bro, and we literally do what we do with all of the spots. We come in, rebrand it, and we brand the
Kill it.
night.
Right.
And bro, it literally
And
that,
it became
that
a
shit
cool
took
spot
off.
to go to.
It took off so heavy to where it got to the point for me like the Mondays were now becoming not so much an issue, but it was like, yo,
why
a lot
am I
of
even
energy
channeling
and time.
energy into
Yeah,
this?
man.
And look at what I'm making over
But
here.
we were like 2.5 years in with the Mondays. You know
So
what I'm
like
saying?
you
So
did it did its run.
Like I said, it ran its course. It then, I mean, if Mr. Strickland is watching this, yo, I'm still Tay, still the young black kid who you gave a chance on the Monday. Mr. Strickland just wasn't trying to upgrade the facility.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And like there were a lot of things that needed to be done in there. Like a lot, like you look at what Mario and like Luis
And
does. Like
Luis
yo,
do,
they're
right.
steady upgrading
Yeah,
everything that they do.
Listen, shouts out to Mario and Louise. If
Yeah.
I don't say this enough, creative,
Yeah,
put money behind their stuff,
Yeah.
no question.
you
A
gotta
lot of
create
people
that
may
aesthetic.
talk about different owners and all that.
Yeah.
Louise came up with this on the whim. It's like, just get the people in there. And he just starts doing this.
Yeah.
The creative genius he has, crazy. Anyway, so I get what you're saying when you want to have the dialogue with an owner and be like,
Yeah.
yo, we're making you money. Channel a little money in and upgrade this
And not
so
only
we
that,
can
like
make
yo,
you more.
this is a Monday where like
Nothing's happening.
nothing's happening. You know what I'm saying? At the time, I didn't know how to negotiate a bar deal. So
Gotcha.
my bar deal wasn't sweet. I had a crazy bass, to cover before I was even,
Before
you,
you
know
could
what
get
I'm
the
saying?
stuff. Oh, no.
But
Talk to me about that.
you know
Talk
what I'm
to
saying?
Dave about that.
Right. And so
Well, you live and learn. So it prepped you
Yep.
for the next deal. Previous going on.
yeah.
John is not even here. John's overseas, right? Where's John
man?
now?
So crazy. We had like we all linked up probably like 6 months ago.
Okay.
And even within that, like me meeting John is how I met my business partner now, Mikos.
Okay.
And me and Mikos actually met. Like initially when we met, we was beefed up. Like a lot of people don't even know that. Like
Really? Tell us. I want to hear that
man,
story.
the first night at Mercer actually, it's like when we cash out, and like me and John's in the back counting the money. You know what I'm saying? The door went crazy, and like this light skinned dude, with a suit jacket walked back there. And I'm like, yo, bro, you gotta chill.
You
real
got to
quick.
chill out.
You know what I'm saying? And he looking at me with the same energy I'm giving him. And I'm like, yo, John, hey,
Who's
tell
this
bro,
guy?
tell bro when you get done counting this money, he can come back here. Or, yo,
Elliot, you
you
hearing
need somebody
this?
to call you an Uber? Like, I'm like, bro, we'll call you an Uber. Just chill. And so he like, bro, who you know what I'm saying? We had some dialogue. And then that's what John like, yo, it's actually all three of us on the plate. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well,
You're
shit,
like,
you know?
I thought it was just two.
Right, and so and we didn't know that, and so that's how that's actually how this all started. You know what I'm saying? Through that, like,
That's interesting. I'm glad I got that right
Yeah,
there.
man.
Because I always want to know how the Migos and Tay connection happened. Because
Yeah.
y'all ride.
it started
You know
that
what I
way,
mean?
man. And ever since, me and Miko just always share like-minded, ideas, or we had
Right.
like-minded
Very
goals.
creative dude. Migos, need you on the podcast. So we already talked about it.
Yeah.
I know it's happening. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah.
Right. So that happens. You iron it out. Everybody knows. He said,
And at
"Do
that
I need
point-
to get you an Uber?"
Like, bro, we'll call you an Uber, just chill. You just gotta wait outside though, cause this room is sacred right now. You know what I'm saying?
The savagery of Tay.
So from that, And I commend John on this. Yo, John had put together like an all-star squad. At that time, I don't even think people understand. Like, yo, if this same team was still together right now,
Nobody
it would really
would.
be monsters. So, myself, Mikos, John, you had Jay Milan, who was like a kid. Jay Milan was
Coming
maybe
up.
17, 18, but coming through the same way she come through now.
Right.
You had Rich Guy, Murph,
Guy, yeah.
Murph's on the team, Kari Bernard.
This was the whole Prairie squad.
Yo, this, Phil the stylist.
Yeah, Phil.
Phil was on, like, this was like Chrissy, the bartender.
Wow.
Like, yo, this was really like one of like, yo, it was like a
Monster.
new look for.
Think about where
nightlife.
everybody is and the moves they're making right now.
As individuals, we're all great. As
Right.
a team, we were amazing.
Right.
So, but yeah, man. And then Privé had a good run. Privé had a great run until just, like all nightclubs, you know what I'm saying, in Houston. There's something, when it's too good to be true, it's actually too good to be
too
true.
good to be true. Was it more the club or more of the
It was the club, man. We,
interaction amongst promoters?
So we had a janky GM. You from Houston,
I
you
know,
understand what the term janky means.
Yeah.
And so
Say one thing, they see the money, they want to revise it. They putting stuff to the side.
Yeah,
they
man.
seen on the numbers.
I never forget. It was a night. It was a night A-Life came through. It was like a raining night. We had to rush him and ended up getting them. And like the junior Big J was like, "Yo, what's up with these bottles?"
Fake liquor.
And John, John was very territorial to his creations or
Right.
to like, "Yo, what's up?"
No, we didn't do that.
He like, "Yo, these bottles, this ain't Ciroc." And we like,
This
"Nah,
is
nigga,
fake
this Ciroc."
liquor. Listen, we heard that so many times in the story.
And it ended up coming out that this shit was McCormick. You know what I'm saying? And so at the time, the owner acted like he didn't know what it was. He put it all on the GM.
That is crazy.
And it was just one of the.
We went through this 3 times. We've never had this discussion.
Yeah.
Never had this dialogue.
Yeah.
We did Story Saturday.
Y'all went through the same thing?
My boy drinks Ciroc apple. He said, it's like somebody telling me what. No,
Can't tell
that's
me.
Grandma Yin. You cannot tell me that. I drink that.
You
for
know
real.
what it is. Like, you can put your pinky on it.
I know what it is.
Off top.
And he's like, that's not Ciroc apple.
I had matter of fact, it was one night, like, Kirko came through, and, like, I verbatim, like, bro, you tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I ain't gonna make a big deal, bro. This ain't what it is. I'm like, bro, why would I hold you? You know what I'm saying? And probably like a week or so later, that same incident happened where I had to hit Kirk, like, bro, my bad. You know what?
Yeah, I
You
just
was
found out
like,
you were right.
That shit was, so. But at that point, man, we ended up like, having a big disagreement. We're like, well, fuck it, like we built this,
We can
pick
take
it
it
up and
anywhere.
we'll move it. Man, at the time, the venues were just scarce. Like
Right.
we went to, it was bad. We went to Vivo. What was that spot downtown? 2016
Oh,
Maine.
yeah, right.
The worst
Yeah,
location.
the worst location. Worst valet parking situation.
Yo, we took Privé there. Packed it out.
Val. Right.
Packed it out, but it just
They
couldn't
couldn't,
last.
the logistics couldn't handle the amount
Then
of
we
people
took
coming.
it to Saki Bar. What was that old spot on the corner on Shepherd and Richmond? What was that spot called, man? It was like
Miyako.
a restaurant. It wasn't a club.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miyako.
Miyako.
Yeah. We took it there for a couple weeks, man. Banged
That
it
was
out.
actually dope. That's a dope.
You know what I'm saying?
angle.
You look at it now, it's like, oh shit, that shit could have grew legs.
Right.
It could have been a vibe.
Right.
But man, it got to the point where it just fizzled out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so
If you move too much, it just dilutes.
the brand was
dilutes it.
diluted, man.
Right.
The brand was diluted, and then people stopped trusting us.
Right.
And I think that's the biggest thing. Is like, yo, you can't lose people's trust. Like, you say it's gonna be this, and they get there, and it's not
Jules,
there.
listen to the influencers.
Oh,
You
yeah.
cannot lose the client's trust. We're having a conversation. When I hear something profound, I
yeah.
feel like you gotta hear. This
Yeah,
tells
so
me
this
about
is
you.
the part where you like, you got to add that, Elliot, you have to add that sound effect, ding, like, you know what I'm saying?
He just said something
Yeah,
that
man.
I value. You cannot lose the client's
Can't lose
trust.
the client's trust, man.
You know, what I mean,
And
if you're
so-
really good at what you do, your brand, your word got to be bond. What you do has got to be bond. And when you can't deliver that, it's best not to even do it.
And at that point, that's when me and Mikos realized that, yo, we got to make a decision. And
Roll
so
with everybody, or let's do us.
I think it was a let's do us. You know what I'm saying? It was like, but everybody had already started making decisions.
And
You know what I'm
making
saying?
their
Like,
own moves.
Everybody, like I said, we were all. I look at it now, like where I'm at now, like, yo, we were all kids. You know what I'm saying? To where it was like, yo, if you wasn't making a decision, you wasn't trying to grow.
Grow
You know what I'm
anyway.
saying? So
Right.
our growth was a part of us. Like, yo, we gonna step out on faith and just try some
Do
new
our own
shit.
thing.
And so us trying some new shit was linking
That's
up
the
with
segue.
linking up
What's
with Dave.
Dave,
And
gotcha.
that's when we did Couture. And that's when it was like, yo, whoever's doing this shit creatively and marketing
It's
is
on a
next
whole
level.
nother level.
That's
Right.
when it was like, all right, who are these guys? You know what I'm saying? And
That's
the fact
where
that
we
was working
really
with Dave,
see.
it was like,
Dave
oh, shit,
took
he
them on.
stamped
That
us.
was a statement.
Yeah, he
that
gave
was a
us-
statement
he
in
stamped
itself.
us, you know.
Right.
And then we was
Shout out to
on,
Dave Anderson again.
oh yeah, one time for D3.
Yeah.
Then we was on Washington.
Right.
Niggas want to know Washington. You know what I'm
Couldn't
saying?
even
Like,
get there.
to this day I don't even like going to Washington because I'm not treated right. You
Right.
know, like so.
I
we
pick
was
my
on-
spots. I know where to go now.
Yeah. If I'm
But
on
back
Washington,
up
you know,
to
I'm in Candy Shack. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I'm getting the
Supporting
daiquiri
VA,
with
right.
with VA. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? I'm not doing all
Doing
the
the
extra.
others.
I've had horrible experiences at Clutch. I definitely would love
Oh,
to say it
Clutch,
on camera.
Concrete, same owners. They're
um,
wishy-washy. They'll trick industry. I have no
Yeah.
problems. But if they don't know you, you getting savage treatment.
But it's one of
Guaranteed.
those, and I respect it. You know
Right.
what? I'm not supposed to be here.
Right,
Why
so
am
I get it,
here?
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Go to where you get love at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you do that. Can we go into Dior?
yeah,
Can we go into the
let's
creation
skip
of
to
Dior?
it. So man,
I have to say Dior is one of the dopest concepts.
Yeah.
Nightlife wise. I mean, it's top 5 for me.
Yeah.
Just for me.
and you in the
up
game.
there, and I've been in the game.
in the game.
I've been in the game. M-Bar's there, Vision is there.
Yeah.
Dior's there. I'm not gonna do the lineup, but
Yeah.
it's there. I'm gonna leave that alone. But I want you to talk about that.
Man, Dior came about. We met some guys who were like, yo, you know, we want to work with y'all. You know, we're kind of just not getting started in nightlife, but we know what we want to do. You know,
Right.
DKB, and you know,
And
In-Crowd.
In-Crowd.
And at the time,
Great collaboration.
At the time, we were like, you know, Meeks is like, bro, I think this will work, bro. Like, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, my whole thing's like, what's the venue? What's the venue?
Venue, right.
And he's like, yo, Lumen. And I'm like, shit, Kirk been in Lumen. He's like,
Right.
Kirk not there no more. I'm like, oh, Kirk not there no more?
Now
All
you
right,
get excited.
let's run it
You
back.
really
You know
said
what I'm
that?
saying? I'm like, oh, Kirk not there no more? Bet, say less.
Anywhere Curtis, I don't even want to mess with it. He's got clauses. And
Because
stuff.
I know
wanna
he got
do
the
it.
Friday or Saturday. But he didn't have the Saturday.
They have the Saturday.
And so I'm like,
I'm sorry. That's so funny to me that you said that.
Yeah.
And you're like, he's not there no
I'm
more.
like, yo,
You're like,
but
okay.
you think about the run that, you know,
They
Live
had.
House had over
Yeah,
there. You know, like,
absolutely.
it was like,
That was my favorite spot to do.
that was a spot, like, if I had people coming to town, like my execs, you know what I'm saying? Like, or
I
people
did,
who I knew,
did my
I would
birthday.
send them there.
I did my birthday there.
Yeah.
So when you guys came on, understand why I was still coming there.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So it's what they built.
Yep.
I love the club itself. I used to go before Kurt had it.
Yeah.
And rah-rah. I go on Tuesdays. Till today, I still go on Tuesdays. Then they got the night.
Yep.
I'm like, now we're here, and it's a dope vibe. Cool. They leave. You guys come on. Don't care.
We
I'm
come
there.
on. We
Right.
come
But
on.
y'all come.
We came. You
I'm
know
like,
what I'm saying?
I'm like,
And
okay,
but-
it's a totally different vibe.
We came with just the Crimson side first,
Right.
which was, I mean,
Which is
if
crazy
If
if
you
you
ever
think
played
about
at
it.
Dior, it's like, yo, this was the side. This was, you know, School go crazy on the R&B. It's like
Till
you knew-
today, Joe has confessed that he can't get any promoter to get people there. Dior was the only night to successfully get people into
Bruh.
Crimson and Lumen
It used to be
concurrently.
two stuff over there.
Yeah,
You know
so
what I'm saying?
y'all made Crimson the vibe.
We created a void. We just filled the void. The void was
Right.
that people still want to scream to the top of their lungs and dance like nobody watching. That's
Right.
what we gave them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, yo, really turn the vibes on.
Right.
Literally, when the doors opened, the vibes came on.
Right,
And
right.
it just, then you had
It's
a
crazy.
dancing bear.
We've had
You know
the
what I'm saying?
dancing
Like,
bear. People bit that.
It's cool.
Still biting
But that's
it.
how
I
it's
just want you
supposed
to
to
know.
be. Yeah.
It's supposed, if
that's
you're
how
doing
it's
something
supposed to
right,
be.
you're gonna get bit.
You know, I would love to see a dancing bear more often. You know.
When do y'all bring in Dior back? Because that has to come back. You still got a good relationship with DKB
man,
and the crowd?
we
Cool.
actually were just talking about it. But like I said,
You gotta
it's the
find the right
venue.
spot.
You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
can't just do it to do it.
like, I mean, you could put Dior right here in Parma, but it
It's
won't
not-
be
it
Dior.
won't be the same.
You know what I'm
It won't be
saying?
the
So,
same.
Like you
It
said,
won't be the same.
You gotta
I
keep the
find it
clientele.
also weird that everybody was on Louis.
Yeah.
Dior Saturdays happens. It's Dior is the brand to get now. I'm not saying that wasn't going to happen ordinarily.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a coincidence. But hey, that's just me.
There's a Dior in Dallas. That's not a coincidence.
I'm just saying, Dior became
Yeah.
hot as a brand, at least in Houston for sure.
But the biggest thing too is like the names are important. You know what I'm saying? Like what rolls off the tongue? What makes you be like, yo, I celebrated here.
This
you
is
know?
why I'm calling y'all geniuses,
Yeah.
but you in particular, because I know you came up with that.
It was just like it
It's-
was sweet. Collectively, the Midas
crowd
group.
coming didn't even know the name Lumen. Oh, we going to the Dior joint.
Right.
And my
Even
friends
now,
are calling
yeah.
me like, "Oh, we coming from out of town. We
They
going
looking
to
up Dior on the
Right.
maps, like, yo, where's Dior at? Like, this
Right.
shit has got me out of state. Like,
Great branding, great marketing. You know, I got to give you that.
Yep.
What are you working on currently? You know what I mean?
man, right now I'm actually working on the biggest project of my life. Like right now.
Right now.
So I just moved back. Well, not just moved back. I've probably been back now a little over a year. You know,
Okay.
since COVID. After Martell had relocated me to Atlanta.
Right. Yeah, I remember that. Shouts out to you. Became Mr. Martell. We kind of skipped over that. We need to talk about that a little bit.
That was a sweet
You know what I
time,
mean?
man.
That was a great deal.
That was a sweet time.
All your success and ventures leads you to that.
Remind you, I'm at a time, remind you how I got started. I got started on the Mondays, then I went into the Fridays, and I used to always, like, I don't want to say hate because that's like a word I try to take out of my dictionary
Right.
now, but I used to dislike being called a promoter. You know what I'm saying?
Till today, that's why I always use the word influencer.
Right, and even now, that term
That
is
still
so
does.
loose
It's so
as
loose,
hell. But
right. I'm just saying influencer to avoid calling people promoters.
yeah, but it was one of those things where like when the Martell thing happened, it was like, yo, see, I told y'all I'm not a promoter. I told y'all I was a
Right.
creative director. You know what I'm saying? Like I was a creative, not
Right.
a promoter. I just like to create shit. So Martell gave me the opportunity to create something for myself, and then also something that was at the ground level that nobody knew about. That
Right.
like, oh shit. Now that I see this, like I remember where I first heard it or where it first came from.
Right.
And then it took me across the world. You know what I'm saying? I've been
Man.
like I have a whole billboard in Hong Kong.
You
know?
got moved to Atlanta, so I know you got the bag.
Yeah, we enjoy
All right.
it. We
to
definitely
to
enjoy
come
it.
from where you got to, and then to
Man.
watch you and Miko's working together
And then
concurrently run two
you had never
brands.
seen that.
Never seen that.
Yo,
That's props,
To be
bro.
honest though, that's literally where how our career popped. We were known for the pre-games.
Right.
Like me and Mikos had a townhome in Edo, 4-story townhome that was like legendary, known as the Pum Pum Palace. And it was like the pre-games.
Before we go was
The pre-games is
was
what really
everything,
made
and
like,
then y'all took everybody.
we took everybody. Like we were known for, like I say, the Midas group came about like, yo, y'all got the Midas touch. Everything y'all touch turned to gold.
Gold.
And we were personable. You know what I'm saying? Like you work with different promoters of different groups. It's like everybody got their niche or what's more so
Right.
important to them. You know,
Right.
You got groups who like, yo, booking sections is important.
Right.
You got groups who like, yo, the guest list of getting people in here early is important. Yo, making sure beautiful women was what you know.
It's
That
what
was
it
what we was on. You know,
Right.
like at that time we was coming to the club with like 20, 30
deep,
women,
eat deep.
2 guys, maybe
Right.
3 of our partners, and it was like, yo,
Who are
what
these
is
guys?
this? You
We need
know?
to go where they go.
What is this?
Right.
And so, yeah, and then when the liquor brands came, it's like, oh, now you can put, you know, I think I was running Martell and I was running Martell and PJ, you know, Perrier Jouet. Then Mikos was running Ciroc.
Ciroc,
you know,
right.
They had just dropped the VS, and then they had all the flavors.
Flavors, right.
And so it was really like, yo, we couldn't miss.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like,
But
we
that
always-
propels you for the next thing. I hope you're working on the next thing.
Oh, man,
You know what I
dude.
mean? I already know without saying it, but
Absolutely.
I gotta give your props. You for sure, because we're talking about it. I'll give Miko's his jewels as well when we have that dialogue. But listen, gotta give you your props. I want you to stay the course.
Yeah, man.
Where
let's flip this real quick, because
Yeah.
I know you do this, right?
Right.
And so let's kind of flip it. How's Kim? You know,
course
because
you
I
would.
like
Of
like
course.
how are you, son? Because at one point, like Kim was like Carmen San Diego, right? He was like, yo, what plane is he on? What
Dude,
country
I'm
is he
gone.
in?
Yeah, listen. That's
Like
great,
I would
that's
literally
great.
be in the club with you the night before, and like 8 hours
Years
later,
I'm in another country.
bro
I
is
know.
in Brazil.
That's all right.
Bro is in Bora Bora. Like,
I haven't done Bora Bora yet.
you know,
Did the
like bro
Maldives,
is
but
everywhere.
Listen, I'm good, son. I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
good. Pandemic kind of threw this off. This is fun for me, but I couldn't get back to this, having this great dialogue till
Yep.
everything was ironed right.
Yep.
No more traveling. I'm married now.
Yep.
Got my little man.
You got little son,
You got
son.
little son.
Son,
You know what I
son.
mean? Son.
Yeah.
Idris, your first shout outs on the podcast.
Son.
Tay made that happen.
You know what I'm saying?
So I'm
S3
good,
is
man.
what we gonna say.
Yeah, son. So I'm good in that regard, but it's good to get back to this space because I
Yep.
really want to let people know the stuff that
Yep.
we do, and what it takes to create all these dope concepts that people enjoy in nightlife. You know, you at Crew tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
Crew tonight, yeah, Crew on Thursdays.
Right.
Man, my first it feel like I started all over again. Cause at one point I'm like, yo, all right, I'm about to like kind of step away from promo, and like I literally like was just all in on marketing,
Right.
all in on marketing, just all in on self. You know, like just the self brand.
Right.
I saw a lot of success within that, but you know,
You missing that-
You find
you
that
miss-
man, you got it's like that Pookie effect. You like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like all you gotta do is just be in the spot. You be in the spot and like you know. You get like
I woke
6,
up
8
and-
handshakes. You like, damn,
I
I missed
missed
that,
that
shit.
right
What's up,
there.
bro?
What's
Like,
up, son?
And so,
I'm naturally social.
yeah,
Naturally
it's naturally.
gregarious. I just had to figure out a way to make it lucrative.
There we
so
go.
I need that.
Yep.
I need that social interaction. The biggest, toughest, hardest part about the pandemic was actually taking social, being social out.
Yep.
I got liquor at the house. Can't
Right.
drink it. I don't drink at home. What am I drinking at home for?
It's
Can't
the
do it.
same, right? It ain't
I
no
can't
fun
do
in
it.
that, you know?
You know what I mean? I found out all these things on how much this actually matters, you know. But anyway, I don't want to.
It plays a pivotal
but
part,
I
though.
understand what you mean by that. Do it on the side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do it yourself, work on yourself, have that.
Yep.
But you do your social promoter, influencer, whatever you call it.
Man, the thing now though is, and it's always been my thing, but now I'm more so like, yo, the impacting people, cause it's like, yo,
Right.
like we party, like it's people now. I get probably like, you know, the people that you could call right now, and be like, yo, bro, I need you to come through tonight. Just come through and fill a void.
And they'll come.
And they'll come. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But it's like, yo, we've been doing that for years to where now it's like, yo, I need to be able to pick up the phone and be like, yo, did you get in on that crypto?
On
Like,
the
you know what I'm
crypto?
saying?
Right.
Did
I
you
wanna talk to
it's
those same people.
There's
Right.
so many more things now that we
Going
need to be
on.
talking about. You know, like even so you're talking about like really impacting people. I think like, you know, all of us as promoters, and throwing myself in that bracket, is like, what's the impact that we have as a promoter? Because at this point, we literally have shifted and changed some people's lives. Like, hell, I met my daughter's mother through the pre-raid casting call.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hell, that probably would have never
That
happened.
happened
You
if
know,
you didn't do
if I
that.
wasn't,
Right,
yeah.
right.
And so you start thinking about how many times or how many people you've impacted just through the nightlife. But
Right.
step out of the nightlife, like, you know, who's impacting people for the greater good.
Right.
And so you look at people like, you know, you say like the Rob Rice, the Steve Rogers, you know, even looking at, you know, Big J Jr., like,
Yeah,
yo,
right.
the inspiration that they're doing now is like, yo, we can now be owners.
We can now be.
You know what I'm
owners.
saying?
I
Like,
told him that.
It's a whole different industry
I told
now.
that when
even
I had
like even Bird, Molo, it's like you really see the growth.
of
You know,
them.
who
Right.
else? Boss Man Clayton. You know, like
Clayton.
who I'm missing?
Labo doing
Labo,
his thing. You
Spivey.
know, Spivey.
Who else owns shit?
No,
really some
there are a
niggas
lot
that's
of
owning
owners
shit.
now.
You know what I'm saying?
You know
so,
what I mean? Black owners or partners.
so you look at the impact that they have now. It's like, yo, they're impacting the workers. It's
V-Star.
not just like bottle girls no more. Like your
Nah,
family
there's
now
more.
because like hell,
you're employing people. You're putting people
Right.
on. Right.
like you're literally like you're on payroll. Like you're on.
Right.
I take care of your taxes now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this
You
shit a
pay
little
that.
different. You know.
Right.
And so yeah, that's the purpose now, man. The
Man,
impact.
I love that you're talking about that because again, sometimes you just look at us as promoters,
Yeah.
or you know, just the party people, and that's
Yeah.
why I'm trying to have this dialogue. You're into crypto, you're into investing.
yeah.
You want people to do that. You know what I mean?
I think, and I say this, I tell myself all the time, yo, if I get on the camera, I'm gonna always say it, yo, trading is probably the best skill set I've ever learned in my life. I think every person of color, every melanated person, and when I say person of color now, because person of color ain't even just black people no more.
it's
right?
not. It's not.
Person of-
Absolutely not.
Right? No. But like people of color now are the people who are like mentally woke, who
Right.
know like, yo, this slavery shit was some bullshit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you really do have Caucasian, Asian, you know what I'm saying, Hispanic people who really like know, yo, we do live in a fucked up country.
Right.
Those are the people of color. Those are the people who like, yo, all right, some of this shit don't make sense, but everybody, people of color, just everybody in general, like everybody needs to know how to trade.
How to trade. It
Like-
took the pandemic for me to sharpen those skills,
Bruh, it's crazy.
and I'm laying the
you
foundation
see,
for
like,
that.
it's so
You're on it right
It's so crazy now how many people they be like, you know, got Robinhood on their phone now, got MetaTrader on their phone now. Like, yo, even like the whole,
I had coins. I lost all my coins in Cryptopia.
Yeah.
I had 100,000 Dogecoin. Don't even talk to me about that.
Right.
And that
When it's sunk-
platform crashed.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't go back to buy it because I'm sulking over the regrets, and then I'm seeing the value go up. Anyway, I'm not sulking about that. I'm just watching the next wave. What's the next dodge?
What's the next thing? Yeah.
Get it in right now.
And you think
know
about
what I'm
it,
saying?
you know, at one point people be like, yo, what's the hottest thing to do tonight? Versus, yo, what's the hottest coin to buy?
Coin night,
the
right.
conversations are now different when we
Changing.
get together now, you know? And that's what I'm talking about, like the
My
impact.
man, Jules.
You feel me?
Jules.
So-
I need that snippet, Mr. Producer.
You did. Elliot,
But
get
yeah,
him that.
man, listen, we could go more and more about this. I appreciate you.
You already know.
There'll be many more. I want
man.
Migos to come on, then I would love to have y'all
Bring
Midas
us both
together.
on.
You
That'd
know
be a
what I
sweet
mean?
one.
What you got up for Memorial Weekend?
Man, truthfully, man, I said this year my holidays I was going to spend more with family. Which
Gotcha.
is why I stepped away from promo. So if it ain't on a Thursday or if it ain't running into nothing. Now, another thing, too, so closely working with Jimmy Boat, creative director for Yellowland Records. Yo,
Okay.
if you don't know the name Jimmy Boat,
I
get
don't.
very, very get familiar. You know, Jay Malone's boyfriend.
Okay.
Super, super extremely talented guy, also in the fashion. But, yo, the music, we're actually getting ready to drop a record called Funplex on
Okay.
the 21st. And we all know, everybody know Funplex, right?
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the
Beats
record,
Nut, baby.
the record depicts exactly what happened at Funplex.
Funplex.
You know,
You
so what
all-
really
we all
happened at
remember
Funplex.
that. If
You
you
know?
stepped into that building, you
Yeah.
know it. I like that you saying that because it means you're still keeping your creative
Oh, man.
music connections.
That's
you're
where
still
it's at,
there.
you know?
You're trading. You're still doing your advertising.
Bro, I'm still here. I can't stop to my name on a blimp. So there's a lot of shit I got to do.
Keep
You know?
that going. Keep that same energy,
Absolutely.
brother. You know what I mean? Keep inspiring. Keep pushing the people. Keep
And
creating dope
one more thing,
concepts.
too. I got to say this. Bro got the right hat on. You know what I'm saying? We're in the off season right now, but bro got the right. I'm taking you a Cowboy fan, right?
No, I'm not. It's just a blue hat.
Okay, that's cool.
It just matches the
All
outfit.
right. Well, I was going to see, but yeah, you see what just
Yes,
happened.
sir.
But bro got the right hat on.
Listen, I'm gonna hear all kind of madness about
That's cool.
this.
That's why I had to shout it
talk
out.
smack about the Cowboys on Facebook, but
Yep.
it just matched the fit, bro. That's it.
They need to know.
Oh, I'm gonna regret this. God damn it. But yeah, man, that's all we talking about. Hey, log on to inDmix.com to find out all the hot events coming up this weekend. It's graduation weekend. We got Plies,
Yeah.
Space.
Yeah.
We got what's the City Girls?
City
That's
Girls.
a big deal.
Where's
Shouts
that
out
at?
to Mola and Bird, Spire on Friday.
That's crazy.
Memorial is gonna be crazy. Lil Durk, Mel G got
Yeah.
Memorial weekend on Blaze. Couple hot events. We got the all white party at the basement and 13 Memorial Sunday. Look out for that. But just check out inDmix. You see all the hot stuff coming on.
Check out inDmix. Get in the mix. If you're not in the
Catch
mix,
my man Tay Mitch Thursdays at Crew, the whole only hot spot. Shouts out to Steve Martin with the great concept. We at Palmer Lounge.
Yeah.
Crazy. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
It's rocking every night over here at Palmer. Appreciate all y'all.
hey man, and if you're not, make sure you tap in with me. Follow me at Tay Mitch _on
Plug that in
all
there.
socials. Just a slight one, you know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
rub it in
just
there.
put it,
Put-
Elliot. Just put it up under there, because
Put it under
sometimes
there.
people don't like to type; they want to
They
look
just
at
wanna
it.
see it.
So
They
if you
just
just put
wanna
it up
see it.
under there, you know, and also be sure to
Let the
log
people
in
know.
www.taymitch.co.
There you go.
You did.
Got it. Listen,
For all of that.
master brand right there. You know what I mean? He gonna
You
get
know.
all the plugs.
You got to instruct them.
Yeah, got to let him know. Man, I appreciate you one more
Always.
time, brother.
Appreciate it.
Looking forward to many more conversations. Elliot, I salute you. Palmer, I salute you. Grey Goose, I salute you. Catch y'all on the next episode. We out.
Yeah.
Cheers.